Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the channel. This is Red Prep and we are building up to the Manchester United match against Sheffield United at BRAMALL Lane. United are back in action after the international break, and upcoming 2 weeks till the next international break will be crucial because we have some tough fixtures with Manchester City, Newcastle and Carabao Cup, and also two Champions League fixtures that are must win. United play against Sheffield United, who are bottom of the league with only 1 point. That was against Everton 2-2 at Bramall Lane. United, of course, won 2-1 in the 97th minute with Scott McTominay's goal against Brentford before the international break. And their last ever fixture in the Premier League was against Burnley, which they won also. In terms of overall head-to-head, Manchester United have been dominant, especially in the Premier League era. But the last fixture against Sheffield United was a 2-1 loss at Old Trafford when they played under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Sheffield United was put through a ringer and demolished by Newcastle in the last home match in the Premier League, 8-0, and they would want to make amends to that. Usually they play long ball, unlike many teams who like to play from the back, and they usually play with three center defenders, center backs, with wing backs playing to provide width. They had no clean sheet, scored 6 goals and conceded 22, which 8-0 being one of the major contributor in that. And looking at their recent performances, they might play with McBurney, who is a target man, who's played in the Premier League before also, and use Cameron Archer to run off of him and use his pace to trouble United. Looking at men to watch out, Hamer has scored 2 goals for them from midfield. Otherwise, they haven't scored that many. McBurney and Cameron Archer are the real goal threat in terms of they complement each other's play, with McBurney being good at holding the ball and Cameron Archer with his pace running behind our defense. McBurney has also won a lot of fouls, 8 in total. So he's very good at winning free kicks, so that they can be dangerous from set pieces as well. In midfield, they like to screen the defense, and Norwood does a good job of that. He's also played in the Premier League before. Apart from him, Sousa and Hamer would likely support him in that job. In the defense, they usually like to play with three centre back. Amadovic has done well. Egan is out, so is Chris Basham. So they might start Jack Robinson in one of the three places. In the wingback position, Luke Thomas and Bogle have started a lot of matches recently, but looking at the fixture, they might opt for Baldock for his experience of the Premier League. Let's have a detailed analysis of the formations and how the game might play out for both the teams. Looking at the formation, we'll start with United. Obviously, if Reguilon is fit, he'll come in as left back, and Dalo can go back to his right back position. Varane can start. If not, if he's deemed not fit enough, and if he's saved for the Champions League match, then of course, I think we can see Evans playing because he's left-footed. Amrabat should start in his deep lying playmaker position if he is fit enough, match fit especially. Mount will obviously play alongside him, and Bruno can come back in his favorite number 10 position because Anthony is back, and he changed the game when he came on against Brentford. So we should see a semblance of balance across our team in this match. Rashford scored against Italy, so he should be bouncing. But we'll have to wait and see whether he brings that kind of confidence back into United's performance, because he hasn't done it for 6 months or so. So if he doesn't, then he might be dropped for Garnacho, and Garnacho might come in on the left flank position. Sheffield United usually play with 3 at the back, and Baldock may come in for Trusty if they want to go with more experience. Amadovic and Robinson will definitely start. Norwood is the main man in terms of making play and screening the defense, and Sousa and Hammond provide the legs in midfield. Hammond has also gotten 2 goals from midfield, so he's a goal threat for them. McBurney is the main target man, and usually they'll play long balls up to him, and he is able to win a lot of area duels. Archer is the threat behind for United, especially if Evans or Maguire play. He might get at the end of knockdowns from McBurney and go in these areas. behind United defense. Souza and Hammer both will play alongside Norwood and provide that density in midfield. And Bogle and Thomas will provide the width for Sheffield United. They'll play deep and they'll try to get at United on counters, especially with long balls. And United will have to be wary of their threat and try to neutralize both the aerial threat of McBurney and the pace of Archer. With next week being a Manchester derby in the Premier League, this is a must-win for Manchester United. This match is followed by a Champions League double-header against Copenhagen, Manchester City, and Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup. So upcoming week could be crucial in terms of what we achieve this season. Casemiro is supposedly back in Brazil, and he won't be back for this match. He's suspended for the Champions League anyway. Amrabat didn't play for Morocco in the last fixture they had, but he is trained with United. So he might start with Mount in that double pivot position in midfield. Rashford, coming off a good goal for England against Italy, should be confident and it should boost him to improve his performance. Højlund had a good goal for Denmark, but he got a knock on his back, which is the injury that he's been struggling with. So we have to see whether he starts. Defensively speaking, Varane has trained, so he might come in, or he may be saved up for the Copenhagen fixture. Luke Shaw, Malacia, and Wan-Bissaka are still long-term absentees. Reguilon and Dalo might be our only two fit fullbacks, with a question mark over Reguilon's fitness, but he has trained this week, so we might see him in action. It'll also be interesting to see if Onana can bounce back after his litany of clangers recently. But make no bones about it, the spotlight is firmly fixed on Erik Ten Hag. And upcoming 2 weeks and matches both in the cup competitions of Carabao and Champions League and the Premier League might spell what's in store for him as far as his job is concerned. One thing is for certain, that we have to see semblance of change, semblance of improvement in both our play and commitment to our cause from the players when they turn up after this international break. This is a must-win victory, and we must get all 3 points. With the teams above us playing each other, and there are a few fixtures where teams will definitely lose points, so we might have this opportunity to gain some ground over them. And a victory in this match and any kind of points, even a draw with City in the derby, could bring us back into the top 4 race. Inshallah, with a victory in the bag, we'll come back with all the analysis and breakdown of the game in our Red Resurrection episode. Please join us for that and keep supporting the channel. So until then, take care, do good, pray for Palestine. Assalamu alaikum.